Hello everybody and welcome to That's Football. It is your Premier League preview as per usual, and it's a big week, isn't it? It's a big week. Liverpool versus Chelsea, obviously a massive game. It's at Chelsea, not Liverpool. But also on top of that, is this now the worrying time for Liverpool fans? And I say that from the point of view that you're 5 points clear at the top of the league. Any Liverpool fan would take that. But the loss against Napoli was interesting. These rumours about Klopp maybe leaving because he doesn't like the weather. I know it's ridiculous, and even as a United fan, I would look at it and think Klopp's not going to leave Liverpool. But is anything secure in modern day football? Would he want a new challenge? I don't know. I think to be honest with you, he wants to win the Premier League, and that's what we're going to start off with. They were beaten well by Napoli on Tuesday night. Look, it could have gone the other way. It was quite an equal game. Liverpool were playing away. They lost every away game in the group stage of the Champions League last year. But I think Napoli found a way to beat the Liverpool press. They bypassed the Liverpool press quite comfortably and created a lot of chances. Liverpool created a lot of chances because they've got a good front three and they've got a good back four. And whilst they've got that, they're always going to be a threat. But 5 points ahead in the league. Their next few games for Liverpool are Chelsea away, Sheffield United away, Leicester at home, United away, Spurs at home, Villa away, City at home. So that's their next 7 games, and there's a lot of tough games in there. I mean, there's a few they should win. Sheffield United away, I'd expect them to beat Leicester at home, Villa away. But the Spurs, City, Chelsea, Liverpool, United game, big games for them. And then you look at Man City, Watford home, Everton away, Wolves home, Palace away, Villa home, Southampton home before they play Liverpool. I would expect, if Liverpool are 5 points clear when they play City, they've got a bloody good chance of winning the league because they'll have come through a much harder fixture list than City have got before that. And who's to say City won't drop more points? But Liverpool going into a very important period now, and they've got to react to it. The Champions League will be in amongst that as well, as will the Carabao Cup. Klopp probably will throw that away. But look, we start off, it's a Premier League preview, we start off with Liverpool against Chelsea, or Chelsea against Liverpool. I keep saying Liverpool first. Look, the first thing I want to say is, and I always think about this, is Liverpool, Chelsea, Lampard, Gerrard. I saw this on 888 Sport and I wanted to just play it out.
You can finish off what other people have created, yes, but you cannot influence a game like Steven Gerrard, and there's nothing, and I mean nothing you can tell me that make me think otherwise.
I just don't know what Gerrard was better than Lampard at.
I mean, look, I find that... Where do you stand on the Gerrard versus Lampard thing? Go and check out the full video on 888 Sport channel. Like the video and leave your opinion in the comments over there as to who was the better player and why. I'm going to go over there and check out the comments, and I'll be chatting with a few of you on there about your thoughts on who was better. So click the link in the video description and get the full debate, a very interesting debate, and give your opinion on it. I think, as a Manchester United fan, we're probably in one of the better situations to argue this. A Liverpool fan's always going to go Gerrard. A Chelsea fan is always going to be a Lampard fan. As a Manchester United fan, we sit in the middle and we can give the definitive answer. In the question of who was better, Gerrard or Lampard, the answer is always Scholes. But I will be popping over there and giving you my proper opinions in the comments over there. I would say Gerrard. To me. Simply if you're asking me the question, take away that he played for Liverpool, take away the fact that Lampard played for Chelsea. I really like Frank Lampard, and I like him a lot more now he's retired, and you listen to him and you see what he's like as a coach. Very, very clever person and a very, very good midfielder. But Gerrard just was more of the complete player for me. A leader, playing in a team where he could just grab hold of a team and win it. Unfortunately, he couldn't do it for England, and neither did Lampard, really. That was always the big disappointment. But Lampard is a very good player, and I can understand why people would say Lampard. But for me, I would go with Gerrard. But above both of them, obviously, I would go for Scholes. But yeah, link in the video description for that. Get over onto that debate, Gerrard versus Lampard. But the game at the weekend, Chelsea against Liverpool. Chelsea, I mean, we're talking Lampard. Gerrard's a Rangers manager. We're talking Lampard. He's the manager. It is at Stamford Bridge. I don't think Stamford Bridge. It is Stamford Bridge. You open it up and you take out a nice drink. It's easy. Take your 3 points as well. It's chilled. It's not the fortress it used to be. I mean, it's not. It's a bit like Old Trafford, isn't it? So, and they've had the transfer ban, and they've picked up a few injuries, and they've lost on Tuesday night to Valencia, much like Liverpool lost to Napoli. And Chelsea are a good team. I think if Liverpool turn up and play well, Liverpool will win that game. They're better than Chelsea, and Chelsea are still in transition. I have a feeling Chelsea are going to get something from it. I don't know whether Chelsea could win the game. They certainly could. but I do think Chelsea will get at least a point in that game, and that's my prediction in it. I don't know what your lot's thought is, but I do have this feeling that they will get something out of that game, and I'm looking forward to it. Whether Liverpool's title charge is over, well, look, Man City are going to win at the weekend. Manchester City are playing Watford at home, and yeah, Man City are capable of doing anything at the moment, but look, Stones is out injured, Laporte's out injured. They're just going to drop Fernandinho back to centre-back, play him alongside Otamendi, and do what Barcelona did with Mascherano for years. They're just going to play Fernandinho there, and he'll do a job. And for City, it's about outscoring the opposition. And it might actually work to their advantage, because a lot of teams against City, they're compact, and they try and hit them on the break. But if you've got City with a weakened centre-backs, you might think, let's try and express ourselves a bit, which will create more space at the other end for City. So City will beat Watford. I watched Watford against Arsenal last week on this channel. We did the watch along, and I just felt that Watford, good team, but they lack a goal scorer, and they look a bit dodgy at the back. You don't want that against Man City, so it could be like 3 or 4-0 in that one, to be honest with you. So City win, and then that closes the gap to Liverpool to 2 points, and Liverpool obviously playing on Sunday against Chelsea. And this is the run of fixtures that I mean. If Liverpool, Man City, by the time they play Liverpool, I would actually think that they could be top of the league. Unless Liverpool go on a mad one, beat Chelsea, beat United, beat Leicester, beat Spurs, they will be probably having a 5-point gap when they play that Man City game. So it's a big few weeks for Liverpool, and it's all about the title. And you'll get Liverpool fans on here who read the title and think I'm being derogatory to Liverpool. Far from it. I predicted Liverpool would win the league. But can they build on that 5-point gap? I think when you look at the fixtures for both clubs ahead of that Man City game, you'd expect them to be very close, if not equal, by the time that comes along. But that's the challenge for Liverpool, to react to that Napoli result and go and win again. And as I said, if Liverpool go to Chelsea and play well, they'll win. They've got a very good front three, they've got a very good midfield, and they've got a very strong back four. It's a big, big test for Chelsea. And I hope Chelsea do give a good account of themselves. And we are doing a watch-along of that on Sunday afternoon, so you can join us here for that. Give us your comments on that. There is a Friday night football. What a week we've had this week. We've had an amazing week, haven't we? I've done 2 watch-alongs on the Champions League nights. Europa League, obviously, tonight. I'll be on the United stand. Join me for that. Tomorrow night, I'm not going to do a watch-along for it, but it's Southampton versus Bournemouth. The South Coast derby that no one really cares about. But Bournemouth had a good result last week. Southampton have done quite well since the United draw. They've won a game as well. I think this is the sort of a game where Bournemouth drop points. So I'm going to say this will be a draw, to be honest with you. Friday night football, though, if that takes your fancy. I don't really like Friday night football. Then Leicester versus Spurs is tomorrow lunchtime's live game. I was nearly going to do that as the watch-along tomorrow, actually. I was very tempted to do that. On Saturday. I may still do it, but the pick of the game is obviously Chelsea versus Liverpool. But Leicester-Tottenham, I think it'll be a good game. Really good game. I'll certainly be watching it. And I'm going to go with I tell you what, that's a tough game for Spurs after an international, after playing in Greece. That's a really good game. I'm looking forward to that one. I think Leicester are a good team, and they didn't turn up against United, and I think they will turn up against Spurs because they know that was a missed opportunity. I fancy that to be a draw. I'm going to go 1-1, but very excited about that game as well. Burnley-Norwich, again, I'm not going to watch it. I'm not massively interested in it. Might pick up on it on Match of the Day. I would say Burnley are good at home, and Norwich, I think the experience of Burnley in the Premier League, they'll see that as 3 points. So I'm going to go 1-0 to Burnley. Everton against Sheffield United. Everton must be infuriating to support at the moment. They do well, then they go away to Bournemouth and lose a game that they normally lose. I expect they'll beat Sheffield United at Goodison. I'm going to go 2-0 to Everton. Sheffield United, I think they're full of endeavour, and they're going to fight for every minute, but I just think they will go down, Sheffield United. I really do. Man City, Watford. Obviously, I'm going to go Man City to win that comfortably. I'm going to go 3-4-0. Newcastle United versus Brighton and Hove Albion. That's the Saturday night game on TV that no one's going to watch. I'll go Newcastle because, again, I think Brighton are going to go down. So I'll go Newcastle to win that 2-0. And then Sunday, a lot of people playing because of the Europa League. Join me on the United stand for that tonight at 8 o'clock. Watch along with Astana and Manchester United. Crystal Palace host Wolves. I think Palace will get something out of that. I think Wolves are really struggling. They're struggling because they've been playing Thursday, Sunday for a long time. They've played 2 rounds of the Europa League before everyone else came into the group stage. Palace will be fresh. I can see Palace getting a win there. I'm going to go 2-1. West Ham United. West Ham United versus United, sorry. That's a tough one again because United, we don't know who's going to be back from injury. Will Pogba play? Martial play? They've played on Thursday night. Is Dan James going to be fit? West Ham are going to be up for this. I can see it being a draw. United need to win, but I can see it being a draw. I'm going to go 1-1. Arsenal versus Villa. Perfect game for Arsenal. Yes, they're playing Europa League football on Thursday night, but you want a home game, and you want a home game against the team you should beat. And I think Villa, again, they'll be full of endeavour. It could be that could be a shock. But I think 9 times out of 10, Arsenal are going to win that, and I'm going to go Arsenal to win that 2-0. Chelsea-Liverpool, as I said, I've got a feeling Chelsea are going to get something out of it, so I'm going to go Chelsea-Liverpool 2-2. And I'm looking forward to that. We're definitely doing a watch-along for that. I might do Leicester versus Spurs. I'm sort of sucked into that one, to be interested, to be totally honest with you. But we'll see. We'll see. Make sure you smash a like on the video, and you're subscribing to the channel if you are new. But I think very, very interesting few weeks in the Premier League. Really enjoyed the Champions League. I mean, what's going on with Real Madrid? Such a good set of players, massively underperforming. And it just shows you how important it is to have the right group of players. And I think Zidane wanted Pogba and he didn't get him. And I think Pogba would have given them something that they're struggling at the moment, even though they've got good players. But a very good week on the European stage. Nice to get that back up and running. But the Premier League is where it's at, and I still think there's a lot of excitement around the Premier League. Liverpool 5 points clear, but a few tough games coming up. Man City ready to pounce ahead of that big game in November, Liverpool versus Man City, which is at Anfield. So Liverpool are still my tip to win the title. I said it at the start of the season, and I don't normally change my mind. So I'm going to stick with Liverpool to win the title. I can't see them going 30 years without a title, and that's basically the reason I'm going for it. But Man City are far from done. They might have centre-back issues, but they've still got a very, very good team, and they've still got loads of goals in them, and I think they'll go on a run now. And sometimes I saw it with United a lot. It's great to have a good start to the season, of course it is, but sometimes, I remember under Sir Alex, loads of times we'd have bad starts and we'd still win the title. It's almost a good thing to slip early on because it sharpens the mind and it doesn't tend to happen again as much. So that could happen with Man City. I would like to see, to be honest with you, I would like to see City drop some more points, and I would like to see Liverpool drop some more points. And I would like to see then if teams like Spurs or Arsenal or maybe Chelsea and United could just sort of stay within touching distance to keep it interesting. What I think is going to happen is Liverpool and Man City are going to be clear by November. And I just can't, Arsenal with Watford last week, dropping points. Spurs losing to Newcastle a couple of weeks ago. United and Chelsea are really just massive works in progress. I can't see it. For the good of the league, it would be nice, but I just don't think anybody's close enough, consistent enough to close that gap. I don't know what you think. I think Liverpool and Man City will be running away with it, which is a little bit boring, to be honest with you. But especially if you're a United fan like me, because I don't want any of them to win it. But yeah. Make sure you pop over onto the Triple Eight Sport video. Links in the video description for the Lampard versus Gerrard debate. I'll be popping over there to reply to some of your comments now. Thanks everyone for watching. Make sure you subscribe to this channel. FIFA 20 stuff will be landing on here tomorrow. Going to do a career mode. Going to do some pack openings over the weekend. We're going to play that Volta stuff as well. So lots of FIFA 20 stuff. And watch-alongs. We'll definitely be doing Chelsea versus Liverpool on Sunday. Maybe Spurs versus Leicester. I'll see. Thanks everyone for watching. Get on the Gerrard debate, Triple Eight Sport. I'll speak to you all soon.